Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Danielle and this is Danielle's Books. Don't forget to subscribe because I would love to have you. Today, we're talking about popular thrillers that I have not read yet but want to. Some of these on my list are like real popular and you might be shook that I haven't gotten to them yet because thrillers are my favorite genre. But yeah, I haven't read these and this is actually going to be part one because I have a whole nother selection of books that I can use to make a part two. And I also might do this for the horror genre as well. I've just started getting into horror, so there's definitely a lot, but I thought I would like narrow down the most popular horror books and let you know if I've read them or not. But this is thrillers. I have 6 of them to share in this part, and then like I said, we'll have another one. So let's get started. Also, I've been on BookTube now for a month, and I've never mentioned that in the description box below, I have links to my Bookstagram, my BookTok, my Goodreads, my Storygraph, basically anything social media and book related you can find down there. So come check me out on all of those, and I'd love to be your friend. And yeah, let's get started. So first up is a very, very popular one, and that is The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I have not read this. This one my husband has read. Also, I've avoided spoilers for all of these books. I don't know how, but I have, especially this one, because this one has almost 1 million, I think, ratings and reviews on Goodreads. This one's like real popular because this one also, not only on BookTube, I see it everywhere on Bookstagram too, and on BookTok. I know that it's a popular one on TikTok for like getting into the thriller genre. Also, this one is said to have a very big plot twist, and so that's something I'm into, but let's give a little blurb. I know that this one follows Alicia, who is a painter married to an in-demand fashion photographer. And one evening, she decides to shoot her husband multiple times. That's not a spoiler. That's literally in the synopsis. That's literally what the book is about. So she shoots her husband, and then obviously we're trying to figure out why. And then you follow also a criminal psychotherapist, Theo Faber, who jumps at the opportunity to work with her. And his determination to get her to talk and unravel the mystery of why she shot her husband takes him down a path more unexpected, more terrifying than he ever imagined. A search for the truth that threatens to consume him. So I'm excited about that. Also, I have a sister named Alicia, and her son's name is Theo, my nephew. So love that. And I'm really excited to read this one. This might be the first one that I read out of this bunch, but I kind of thought about doing a reading vlog where I read a bunch of these, and then it would be like reacting to some of the most popular thrillers that I haven't read yet. So let me know if you'd want to see that. But first up, we have Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. Next up, let's move to, I have 2 of them that kind of, they don't really go together, but they have a similar theme. So let me jump to They Never Learn by Lane Fargo. This one follows a female professor, and she's like going around slaying men at the university she works at. That's what I have gathered. I don't really want to know a whole lot going into this one or the next one. Maybe you can guess what the next one is based on, you know, a female serial killer. But yeah, I'm really excited to get to this one. I guess it gives very dark academia vibes. I feel like people often categorize things as dark academia only if it takes place at a college, and that's like literally the only reason why they consider it that. So I don't know if it fully gives those vibes. That's just what I've heard. But I'm excited for this one because I love the female empowerment, the female serial killer. So love that. They Never Learn by Lane Fargo. All right, next up we have Jar of Hearts by Jennifer Hillier. This one I also know is a serial killer. I wasn't sure if it was a female or male serial killer. It looks like we're following Angela Wong, who at 16 years old disappeared without a trace. nobody ever suspected that her best friend, Georgina, could be involved. And then we also have Kaiser Brody, who was close to both the girls back in the day. It looks like Calvin is a serial killer in this book. Geo has known what happened with Angela's death this whole time, but has never said anything. And like I said, it's now 14 years later, so that's a little sus. I don't really want to read a whole lot going into this book, or about this book, because I want to be totally blindsided. I don't know anything about this book. Like I said, that was the first time I've actually even read the plot. The only thing I knew was that it was a serial killer thriller. I literally didn't even know if it was a male or female serial killer. So I am trying to go into this one a little bit more blind because I want to be shook, because everyone says that this is very dark, twisted, and all of those good words there. So yeah, I'm excited to get to this one, and hopefully I can soon. So there you have Jar of Hearts by Jennifer Hillier. Next up, we have another very, very popular BookTube thriller, and that is Karin Slaughter, Pretty Girls. I have not read anything by Karin Slaughter yet, so I'm definitely, that's a very unpopular statement, because I know that she's very well known and loved, especially here on BookTube. And yeah, I have not read this book. Zach has also not read this book. If you do not know, Zach is my husband. I just bit my tongue. And so I'm hoping that we can buddy read it at some point, hopefully this fall, because I feel like, spooky season. I've heard this is very dark and disturbing, especially for a thriller. So I'm excited about that one. I want to know pretty much nothing going into this book. If there's a little blurb inside, I'll read that. But also, I just love this cover. I love these colors and everything. So cute. So let's see if we've got a blurb here. An extraordinary novel of love and loss, redemption and revenge. It looks like we have a masterful thriller to be read with white knuckles and a fast-beating heart. That doesn't really give us anything. It says it's been more than 20 years since Claire and Lydia last spoke. Claire is the glamorous trophy wife of an Atlanta millionaire. Lydia is a single mother who struggles to make ends meet. But neither has recovered from the disappearance of their sister 20 years earlier. And the shocking murder of Claire's husband brings the horror and heartbreak of the past roaring back into their lives. And it looks like the vanishing of a teenage girl and the killing of a middle-aged man, almost a quarter century apart. What could connect them? So, love that. I love the idea of two stories with totally wide years apart, time apart, is something that I'm interested in, and if they can connect or not, and how they connect. So I'm really excited for this one, and I'm also a little nervous because I feel like I have really, really high expectations, and hopefully they will be met. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to check it out. So there you have Pretty Girls by Karin Slaughter. Next up, we've got this is a book that I would consider, or I've heard is the blueprint of a good thriller. The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. I know, I have not read this. It actually took me until a few months ago to read Gone Girl, which a lot of people also say is the blueprint for a really good thriller. It's a very popular thriller. I know that this one is too. I don't know if it's as popular with the BookTube community, just because we've all read really banging thrillers, so I don't know how this holds up in 2022, but I know that this is one that's very well talked about, and a lot of what happened in here inspired other books. A lot of people blurb a lot of authors use The Girl on the Train as the book they compare their book to, because it's very well loved. And this one says, from a major new talent, the book that will forever change the way you look at other people's lives. There she sits, the girl on the train. What she sees, gazing out the window, will change everything. It looks like we have a couple different timelines we might be following. And it says compulsively readable, emotionally immersive, Hitchcockian thriller, and an electrifying debut.
Wow, way to put so many big words right next to each other. God damn.
Anyway, I'm excited to get to this one. Honestly, I haven't seen the movie, and also I don't know a whole lot about this. So, yeah, I actually am kind of good at avoiding spoilers and just like skipping past books that I know I eventually want to read, because I really like to go into books blind. I was hoping that would stand up. It didn't. And so if someone's starting to talk about a book that I'm interested in reading, I kind of skip past it because I don't want to know a whole lot going into a book, because then my expectations are low. But Pretty Girls, that one kind of got ruined. Last up, we have a YA book, and that is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. I have not read this book. This is also a very, very well-loved YA mystery thriller. This one, again, I don't really know anything about, but let's read the back. When you ask people what happened to Andy Bell, they'll tell you without hesitation. She was murdered by Salil Singh. No allegedly, no might have, no probably, no most likely. He did it, they say. Sal killed Andy. But I'm just not so sure. This one, I think we're following a girl named Pip, who is a senior and wants to re-examine this case now several years later. And she wants to get to the bottom of what happened. I think there's some mixed media elements in this book, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, it looks like there is. So, I've been really excited to get to this. I just haven't gotten there yet. But it's one I really want to read because I know that there's, 3 or 4 books now in the series? 3, 4? Not totally sure. But now that the series, I think, is wrapped up, I can maybe binge all of them. So, yeah, there you have A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. And that right there concludes my, let's see if I can grab the books. My thriller books that I need to read that are very popular. So, thank you so much for watching, and let me know any popular thrillers that you know that you still need to read that you haven't gotten to yet, because don't put this just on me. I know that there's some of you out there who maybe haven't read these ones or have other popular books that you still need to read. Like I said, I have another part coming to this video because there's more than just these. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!